All right, so today I'm going to talk about standing for something. And what do I mean by that? I've actually done this topic before, but the time I'm making this, it is, what's today, Monday? So Thanksgiving's in 3-4 days. By the time this thing gets put out, you're gonna be smack dab in the middle of holiday season. You'll have already passed through Thanksgiving. You'll either have crushed it, dominated it, moved through it, or you were a jackass and got drunk and wasted another opportunity to love your wife, love your kids, be present, and maybe your family's pissed off at you. Or, right, you just didn't do anything. You just kind of coasted through it. You didn't drink, but you still stayed in this place of fear, paralyzed by what it would be like if I didn't drink, pressure, feeling your business, right? Because I talk specifically to businessmen who have to put on their company parties. They have to put on this persona, this facade, if they will, when they know inside of their mind things aren't working. There's a toiling, spinning. They're telling themselves, I need to get wraps under control. The business isn't what it was supposed to be. We're creeping up on Christmas. We're creeping up on the holidays, creeping up on New Year's Eve. Should I start 2024 drunk? Should I not start 2024 drunk? See, I get it. The obsessive mind patterns. When I start this thing out, I said, you stand for something, you fall for everything. And what you need to stand for as a man is you. Think about this inside of your life right now. And I don't want to come from a place of screaming, but when you intercept these thoughts, you intercept this conscious stream of just like frustration and struggle of should I be drinking, should I not be drinking? You're basically becoming a slave to your emotions, a slave to your thoughts, a slave to everything that you think you are in control of. Walking around and the only thing you have is the ability to look and open up your wallet and say, look how much fucking money I've made. Yet you're not in control of anything because you stand for nothing. You can lie to yourself and you can facilitate this mindset, this belief that because I am the man and I've started this business from nothing. Look, I did this. Walking around from a place of force, not power, not empowering my people to believe in themselves, but forcing them to drink. Forcing them to take care of me. When I said drink, like literally forcing my employees to take me and drive me around. I had 78 employees when I was 27 years old, from 27 to 33 years old. And these are my friends. These are still people today who I spend time with. Not as much as I used to, but I still could call them at any minute. And I think back to the way that I did this. I stood for nothing as a 27-year-old man with the world in my palms. Everything to live for. I couldn't figure out who I am. And I can guarantee you that there's not many 27-year-olds out there watching this right now, 33 years old, 43 years old, maybe 53-year-old men who can actually tell you or tell themselves or tell their wives or tell anybody who they are. Because in your mind, you toil and you spin and you don't stand for anything. You want to do these things. You say you're going to do these things. You say you're going to build this business. And sometimes what happens is you do. Look, it is not difficult to create money. No, my friend. All it takes is commitment. All it takes is staying in it when things are difficult. All it takes is having an idea and solving a problem and taking all your energy and focusing on it, yet at the same time saying you're going to do something and allowing alcohol to control the thoughts of the pressure, of the fear of failure. And maybe you're past that. Like, I just feel like going off today on this. Maybe you are actually past that. Maybe you sit in a place where I sit right now. Millions in the bank. Established family at home. Life is good. Employees. Following. Influence. A leader in my community. Yet that doesn't mean that every single day should be easy. So I find myself not seeking a drink. Not seeking drugs, not looking to fulfill a need with some sort of outside source, but looking for something within. This feeling and this emotion that I was after as a child, that for years and years and years I just hid. Because it was scary. It was scary to actually understand I might be called to do something big with my life. So I would find myself doing big things, yet sabotaging it over and over and over. And sure, my friend, I'm sure there's people watching this that are so completely cocky and arrogant, and they can say that they have absolute confidence, but the reality is when they close their eyes, they just don't. You find yourselves getting prostitutes. You find yourself hanging out in Vegas, snorting cocaine off of places you shouldn't snort cocaine, while you've got your children and your wives laying at home. Self-sabotage, because why? You stand for nothing. The point of this conversation today is stand for something. And what is that something you need to stand for? That is you. What are your standards? Like really, what are your standards? When I look back at my life, I didn't have any. I thought all I was supposed to do was party, have a good time, chase that money, make that paper, stack that cash those checks. That created a powerful man. That put me in a position to win, but boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. See, now when I look at my life every day, I stand for me. Protection. I think about this often. How can I protect my family if I ever allowed alcohol, drugs, lies to seep deep into my soul? I sleep sound next to my wife every night. My kids upstairs. Guns. Got guns. In a place of protection. I take it so seriously that I think about it. My head is constantly on a swivel. My head is constantly looking for that next threat. But here's the thing. Because I stand for protection and providing and freedom and liberty and love and connection. I never find myself in a place where I'm disconnected from who I'm supposed to be. Now, my brother, I want to ask you a question. What would happen? What would happen if you went out on a Friday night, got drunk, someone followed you home? This just happened recently in the paper, or in the news. I don't read the paper, but this just recently happened and I saw it. Guy was coming home from the gym, maybe you saw this, and got followed by a couple of attackers and he was able to shoot back at him. What would happen if somebody broke into your house at night and you weren't able to protect them? You say you're the man. You walk around and you act like you got it together, but when you're choosing alcohol over your family, you're choosing drugs over your family, you're choosing lies over your family, you're choosing shame over your family, you're choosing hanging your name and your hat and your last generational, just everything you stand for on one thought, one belief that you are the fucking man. But you know, stripped down, you have nothing inside of you. And I don't come to guilt shame. I say this because it was me. Could you protect your family? Look, I don't claim to be the toughest man in the world. I don't claim to be able to beat everybody up, but I do claim this, that I'm never going to put something into my body, some sort of substance, some sort of toxin, a poison, if you will, that will take me from what I stand for, which is true protection for my family. Protection for the people I love inside of my community. Protection for the people that I'm going to come back. Protection for you. Yeah, I take it that seriously. I watch all the weak people here. Actually, I don't watch, but I get them every now and again. You'll see these guys slide in, typing. Hell hath no fury, like a 40-year-old man living in his parents' basement. Drinking, gaming, living off welfare. You're going to talk shit about me? You're going to talk shit about what I built? Can't even see your dick. The woman doesn't even want to touch you. Now, the men that I'm talking to, that's not you. Those are the people that are out to get. Those are the threats, the people that want to come at us and want to take from us. So again, The question to you is this: what do you stand for? Like, you live. I ask myself, how do I cut through the noise? How do I take this message and put it onto somebody else's ears that needs to hear this? Somebody who's lost right now. Not because they're bad people, just because they're just stuck. They don't know where to turn. They've got this problem. They're drinking, they're lying, they've maybe used drugs, they've made some choices and decisions that aren't serving their life. You need to stand up and stand for you. You need to stand up for you and do something about it. What does that mean? You need to do exactly what you said you're going to do. How many times have you told yourself, come over and over and over, come Monday, I'm done. Come after this holiday, I'm done. After this Thanksgiving, I'm done. After this Christmas, I'm done. After this New Year, I'm done. That you start this thing with a hangover, feeling like shit. And next you know, it's January 3rd. Without your word, you have nothing. You have nothing. The more and more I think about this every day, and I'm just riffing off whether we use this content or not, the more and more I think about this every day. What is my true message? What am I really trying to deliver to these people? I'm trying to deliver awakening. I'm trying to deliver connection to God. I'm trying to deliver and help cut through evil and darkness in a society right now that is pushing that on our kids. Yet we choose as men, or not me, but I watch people every day and I help people every day who choose to break this cycle. Look, alcohol is not the problem. Alcohol is not the problem. It's the solution to the problem. You ask for your business to be big, that's why it's stressful. You ask to have a beautiful wife, you ask to have great kids, that requires you to work at a level that you could go out and you could get an ugly wife. You could have shitty kids. I don't think any kids are shitty. I think the parents are just shitty. But you could do that. You could play small, but that's not who you are. So what do you stand for? Who do you want to become? We make this content over and over and over. Sometimes I get here and I'm like, man, I just feel like I'm just preaching. I'm screaming at this thing. We've had a guy that told me I'm the David Goggins of sobriety. I thought that was funny, but you know what the truth is that? Look at what he's done in his life. Every single thing in his life was hard, and he kept going and kept going. I wish I could be like him. I wish more people were like him. But the quickest way to shut a man off, especially a man like you who stepped out inside of this world to do something big. Think about all those fights that you've had to fight to get here. All the stuff you've had to overcome. All the failures, all the mistakes, all the pain, all the pressure, all the late nights. Running your bank account into the red, not making ends meet, but still getting up and charging forward and charging forward. And then the men that I watch who come here, they get through that. And they get amass this massive fortune. They get it and they're like, damn, I spent my whole life chasing this thing. But along the way, I picked up a couple bad habits. So that's all it is. It's not a disease. It's nothing more than you making a choice and picking some habits up to help you deal with the pressure. Yet here you sit as a 40-plus-year-old man, which is the wheelhouse of men that I like to serve, and you find yourself saying what was serving me then is no longer serving me now. In order for me to serve myself now, I need to stand for something, or I will fall for everything, and I will become a victim of my own choices. See, you are not a victim to alcohol. No, my friend. You are a victim to your choices. The self-sabotage, the sedation, the stories you've been telling yourself can be broken today if you stand for something. And what is that something you need to stand for? That something is you.